Welcome to Report Channel. Sayyid Ali al-Sistani is the greatest reference for the Shiite community in the world. He was born on August 3, 1930. He took over the leadership of the Marjaiya since 1992. His place of residence is in Najaf governorate in Iraq. Called the Grand Ayatollah, Ali Khamenei's hate manifestations began after 2003. After the fall of the Baath Party regime led by Saddam Hussein, the ambitions of the countries of the region began to have influence in Iraq, including Iran. Iran, led by Khamenei, tried to control the Shiite community in Iraq. A year after the fall of Saddam Hussein's regime at the hands of U.S. forces, a terrorist group was formed claiming to be an Islamic resistance. It called itself the Mahdi Army, led by Muqtada al-Sadr. This militia was for the Shiites in Iraq. Its main supporter was Iran, represented by Ali Khamenei. At first it deluded the people that it was resistance to the occupier. But her bad intentions soon turned up, and it began to ignite sectarian strife in Iraq. Murder, theft, kidnapping and bargaining in the name of religion. But Mr. Ali al-Sistani did not stand by. He began with publicizing declarations and religious sermons to exhort the people and guide them to the true enemy. Then he gave the green light to the Iraqi security forces and the coalition forces to get rid of this terrorist militia. Several battles took place in most of the governorates of Iraq, until victory is achieved over this Iranian terrorist group. Here, the Iranians and Ali Khamenei became deeply disappointed. Iranian ambitions in Iraq did not stop to this extent. So I began to interfere in Iraqi affairs from another way. It is through the politicians who are loyal to Iran. This is a group of politicians who do not belong to Iraq. They began to sabotage Iraq, and Iranian influence began to increase in Iraq. On the opposite side, Ali al-Sistani was preaching to Iraqi citizens. He warns them of the Iranian danger and interference in all aspects of life in Iraq. There were protests and calls for a change in the regime and a change of decision-makers in Iraq who are loyal to Iran. Until the great calamity happened. It is the entry of the Islamic State in Iraq and Sham, ISIS, to Nineveh Governorate, northern Iraq. On June 10, 2014, the office of the Sistani Authority in the city of Najaf issued a statement. In it, he announced the great concern of the Sistani Authority about the recent developments in the city of Nineveh. He called on the Iraqi political leaders to unify their word. He also declared his support for the Iraqi armed forces in their war against ISIS. After a very short period of time, on June 13, the authority of al-Sistani issued a fatwa that is obligatory effective jihad in Iraq. And he called on those who have the ability to carry weapons to join the ranks of the Iraqi armed forces to fight ISIS. Iran exploited this statement and this fatwa to its advantage through its agents in Iraq, and she founded the popular crowd. People began to join this militia and it gradually began to expand. And the regions began to be liberated one after the other. In partnership with the Iraqi security forces and the international coalition forces led by the United States of America. Until the great victory over ISIS occurred on December 10, 2017. During the previous period, Iran exploited the war in Iraq and established a large base for itself with the Shiites in Iraq. Its true intentions came out of sabotage, theft, kidnapping and murder in Iraq. This is what Ali Khamenei wants. But Mr. Ali al-Sistani also did not stop. He began to denounce the terrorist acts of these militias, and denounces the bitter reality that Iraq is currently going through. Until the great uprising occurred among the Iraqi people on October 1, 2019. Then the great crowds of people began to go for a peaceful demonstration in Tahrir Square in central Baghdad. After that, the area of Tahrir expanded and became all of the governorates of Iraq. As usual, the Iranian terrorist militias began their work of killing, kidnapping, intimidation and torture of Iraqi protesters. Thousands of innocent Iraqis were injured and killed, until these filthy militias managed to break up the sit-ins. This tragic situation continues to this day. So the one in control in Iraq at the moment is Iran, led by Ali Khamenei. His hatred for Ali Khamenei increased after Pope Francis visited Ali al-Sistani, and his admission to him that he is the greatest reference for Shiites in the world. This angered Khamenei, because after all the killing, destruction and intimidation he did, he could not reach his goal. The end.